If you move to the wrong area in HRM, you just won't realize it in the first week. Or you might not even realize it in your first month. But about 6 months in, I'm gonna guess that you're gonna feel it. You're gonna feel every commute, every grocery store run, every single Saturday morning. And that's why this conversation matters more than the house itself. Hi, I'm Logan Tomcik, your real life realtor. I grew up here, I work here. I help people move to every pocket of Halifax, Bedford, and Dartmouth. And today we're answering the question, where should you actually live in Halifax and the HRM region? This isn't just based off of pricing. It's also not based on what your friend said you should do, but we're focused on your lifestyle here with this one. And halfway through this video, I'm gonna tell you about a client who was convinced he had to live downtown and almost made a move he would have regretted, not just financially, but also just it wouldn't have checked off things in their lifestyle and how they wanted to experience the city. So stay with me, and if you wanna help really narrow this down, I wanna treat you to a coffee and simply chat about the market and questions that you have with your next move. Now, let's break this down properly. Step 1, stop asking which is best. This is the first mistake. People ask, is Halifax better than Dartmouth? Is Bedford the best for families? These are the wrong questions to be asking. The real question that everyone should ask themselves is, who are you in your everyday life? Because when you live in rhythm, you know, things are different in different areas. So when we start with Halifax and the Halifax proper area, this is where energy is here at play. And when I say Halifax, let's be clear here. I mean Peninsula living, I mean North End, I mean the South End, the downtown core, Hydrastone, Quinpool area. I'm not leaving anything out in Halifax. Halifax is energy. It's walking to coffee shops. It's waterfront evenings. It's dinner reservations at 6:30 p.m. It's festivals, universities, hospital districts, government buildings. If you want walkability and vibrancy, Halifax, it delivers every time. But here's what people don't think about. You're not focused on the parking, the traffic, smaller lots for your home. Older homes are typically found here and they might need updating sooner rather than later. You have a higher price per square footage, and that's just simply what the trade-off is. You're paying for access, you're paying for proximity, and for some people, that's worth every single dollar. For others, it wears on them, and these concerns can live rent-free in your head every single day. I don't want that, and I know you don't want that either. If you love quiet mornings, backyard space, and hearing birds instead of sirens, then the Halifax area might not be your long-term fit. Don't worry, that's perfectly fine, because we're gonna jump to Bedford. Bedford is structured as a comfort zone for most. Bedford, it feels different the moment you just simply drive through the area. Wider roads typically are found here, newer subdivisions, families are out walking their dogs, you have great views from the Bedford Basin. It's structured, it's polished, it has a strong sense of community because it's just Bedford's very community driven. There are fantastic school zones here, and that's a huge draw for most families. They have great sports programs, parks, there's family energy and a good family vibe here. If your vision and your lifestyles include things like wanting driveway space or finished basements or large backyards where you can have your friends over for an awesome barbecue in the summer, you want to see kids on their bikes, Bedford just hits right on all accounts. But here's what people sometimes underestimate. The commute patterns from Bedford to downtown Halifax during those peak rush hour times, trust me, you're gonna feel it. And pricing here can reflect the demand. you're often competing with other families who want exactly the same lifestyle that you're trying to aim for yourself. So Bedford is comfort, it's predictability, but it's not a city buzz, and it's not a value play. It's lifestyle investment, and that's the biggest takeaway here. Dartmouth, on the other hand, is an underrated middle ground area of both of these worlds. And this is where people have outdated assumptions. Downtown Dartmouth right now, it's completely different than what it was 10 years ago. The Lake Bannock area, Micmac Mall, and the ferry access. Don't forget, there's lots of local breweries here in Dartmouth and local cafes. They have established trail systems, and there's personality, and Dartmouth is full of character. And the value compared to the Halifax Peninsula prices, it's night and day, which is ironic, knowing that Dartmouth used to be called the dark side. But that old stigma is long gone. Dartmouth offers an interesting mix, and you can have access to an urban convenience here, and you can have character homes as well as new builds. You can have water views without peninsula pricing, but here's the thing. Dartmouth, it has pockets. Some areas, they're thriving. Some are simply transitioning. And having a hyper-local market knowledge here is gonna go farther more than anywhere else in HRM. Blanket opinions about Dartmouth, they usually don't turn out right and are usually wrong because there's so much character. But I want to tell you about Dave. Dave was relocating for work. At the time, he was single in his late 20s, and he said to me, "Logan, I need to be downtown. That's where everything is. That's where I need to be." On paper, it made sense for Dave's situation with his move. And guess what? We found him a condo near the downtown core of Halifax. We were on the same frickin' block as Spring Garden Road, so right downtown in the core. The condo, it had it all. It had walkability, it was a modern layout. Just overall, it was a great building to be in. The problem here, it was the price per square foot. So either the condo was too small for what Dave needed, or the price was just costing him an arm and a leg for the smaller space. He wouldn't have any time to enjoy his new prime downtown location because he'd have to work twice as hard at his job just to cover the mortgage and the monthly expenses. That nightlife dream that Dave wanted, he would soon be regretting because he wouldn't even be able to experience it. Now, I'm happy that we sat down and we spoke about the pros and cons before we even submitted an offer. I really wanted to not have him call me a few months later saying, "Hey Logan, I'm boxed in here, what's going on?" So we passed on the condo. And after some more showings, he thought that he made a mistake, in all honesty. So instead of doing a panic buy, we simply just explored the greater HRM, and we shifted over to Dartmouth. There were a bunch of new condo buildings right on the Dartmouth Peninsula that were close to Alderney Landing, close to the ferry terminal, close to trail systems. And Dave realized what he actually valued. It wasn't the nightlife, it was a little bit more balance. And he even told me, he said, "Logan, I didn't even know this was an option here." That's the danger of assumptions. The real question you should be asking yourself, it's not which is best, Halifax, Bedford, Dartmouth, but rather, what does my ideal Tuesday look like, and what location can best accommodate that? Do you walk to work? Do you drive 20 minutes? Is that no problem for you? Do you drop your kids off at school? Do you grab coffee at the local spot? Do you sit in traffic and mind it or not mind it? Do you walk your dog on trails? Because your regular Tuesday, it matters more than your moving day. Your moving day should only be once, where your Tuesday, that's gonna be there forever. So let's talk about practicality for a moment here. When it comes to commute, Bedford to downtown is noticeably different than taking the Dartmouth ferry to get to downtown Halifax. Property taxes, when you have different pockets here, you're gonna get different rates. Appreciation patterns, you're gonna see Halifax and the Halifax Peninsula has historically been strong. Bedford shows steady interest for family demand, and Dartmouth has the most growth potential in revitalized areas. Resale audience, who will buy your home in 5 years? Will it be young professionals, families, investors? Those are the strategic conversations that we need to have and talk about, not just the emotional ones here. So here's where I find people tend to go wrong. They buy based on image, not alignment with your lifestyle. People buy Halifax because it sounds impressive. They buy Bedford because their friends did. They ignore Dartmouth out of old, outdated perceptions. And then they live with a mismatch for their personality. Buying emotionally without a lifestyle plan is the fastest way to regret. And regret in real estate, it's expensive. When I work with someone relocating or upsizing, we don't just tour homes. We tour neighborhoods. When it comes to my clients, I'm seeing the local neighborhoods and making sure that they drive the commute in rush hour. They walk the streets on the weekend. They visit the local grocery stores. Check the noise levels, explore parks and other neighborhood amenities. Because I don't want you loving the home and tolerating the area. I want both to be aligned. So, where should you live? The real question of the video. Halifax if you want energy, walkability, and culture. Bedford if you want structure, space, schools, and a good family rhythm here. Dartmouth if you value personality and balance. But the real answer, it all depends on you and your situation. And that's not a cop-out. That's just strategy. If you're thinking about moving with an HRM in the next 6 to 12 months, comment below and I'll send you my home buying guide. And if you're still unsure after that, book a call with me. Again, down below in the description is a link to my Google Calendar. We'll map out your lifestyle before we ever talk about bedrooms or bathrooms, because the wrong neighborhood, it will cost you more than the wrong backsplash in your kitchen. I'm Logan Tomcik, your real life realtor here in Halifax and HRM. If this helped you, subscribe. I break down HRM real estate videos every single week. No fluff, just clarity. And I'll see you in the next one.